Hi everybody, this is Poland Daily Travel. I'm Will Richardsson on the border in Medyka. That's the southeast corner of Poland. I'm with Artur Gorniewski, who's been a volunteer here since the first day of the war, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So he's been seeing the influx of refugees the whole time. Do we call them refugees?
We don't want to call them refugees right now. As far as we don't create refugee camps, all the people who had to escape from the war are literally hosted at Polish family houses and just cities, specially organized places where we used to perform sports.
This is a sports hall.
And this is a sports hall. Where
What's it like inside?
Oh, that's a regular sports hall where you can play basketball, indoor soccer, hockey. There is a little audience over there. There are about 200 beds over
Right
there.
now it's been converted to 200 beds.
Yes.
Right, okay.
And there are blankets changed every day. They are sent and taken back from the laundry. There is a lot of food. There is all the food you can imagine. Of course, still we have some needs like particular elements, sometimes butter, sometimes cheese, sometimes bread.
Yeah.
But all the local ladies of Medyka, housewives,
They're baking.
they are baking, they are preparing
Isn't that amazing?
soups.
Yeah.
Yesterday,
Yeah.
Starting from 11 p.m., about 80 people entered this place, all of them cold and hungry, and I had such a big bucket of warm soup with potatoes, meat, and it was so well flavored and tasty. So actually, we had quite a nice
You had a feast.
time.
You had a feast, didn't
We
you?
had a feast, you know. We started
Yeah.
chit-chatting,
Yeah.
we spent some time, and then I had transports coming starting
Mm-hmm.
from 2 a.m. so that there was this gentleman connected with some medical staff who brought a lot of medical supplies from Spain with his van. We were uploading it in this orange tent behind us, and then there were also like two guys from Germany with their Ukrainian friend who already also spoke fluent German. And once they opened their truck, there was an estimated value of 30,000 euros of goods, things that are needed in Ukraine. In seconds later, there was a girl with her car coming from Ukraine to pick that stuff and drive particularly to Ukraine, to hospital, to underground bunkers. So we are doing it till 4 a.m. and starting from 8 a.m. in here, there is a lot of job to do again.
It doesn't. It goes 24 hours.
It goes all the time.
24 hours with people, 24 hours with resupply.
Yes.
24 hours with, but with going not only sending people out. It's rather quiet right now. The situation is pretty much under control. There's still a lot of people inside.
Yes. So what we
but
have
it's not full.
11th of March
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
And we can notice some stagnation when it comes to movement of Russian troops. And heroic Ukrainian people, they keep saying they want to go back to Ukraine if possible. And
So we've got two-way traffic here.
we've got,
Yeah.
well, at the moment, so mother with families, children, they are not going back to Ukraine.
No,
but
they're
they
going
are,
this way.
they are
into,
staying
into Poland.
They are
and
staying as
Europe.
close as possible to Ukrainian border unless they find an accommodation, and a lot of them find an accommodation. So they stay vigilant for their further options to come back and I guess reconstruct their country, because that's what's hopefully coming.
The situation inside is very interesting because you have cot beside cot beside cot beside cot, 200 places more or less. You have washing up facilities. You have plenty of toys. You have children actually playing in one of those playpens with styrofoam and jumping about. So life goes on, and people are just waiting. It's a transfer point. People don't stay here more than 24 hours, roughly.
Correct.
And they find a place to go. We'll be taking someone ourselves, a woman and her child, to the Georgian, that is the country Georgia, embassy in Warsaw, on our way back to Warsaw.
Right.
and we're looking to take some more people because we have more capacity if we can arrange it. The important thing to remember is, for right now, is that Medyka is a transfer point for people coming in. It is also a major transport place for people going over the border, and also for material going over the border, and that includes all kinds of material. And I'll leave some of it to your imagination, but a lot of food and first aid, because first aid equipment, first aid medicines, all of these kind of things, bandages, you name it, everything is of prime importance now to be in the Ukraine. And there are people over there now. There are. World Kitchen over in Lviv, other places in Ukraine. And Red Cross, of course, over there. There are a lot of institutions, I can't name them all, but the usual ones, they're all here, and volunteers from all across Europe, like Artur, who's doing a sterling job, and well, I'd take my hat off to him if I had one. You're living here as well, right?
I sleep inside this place.
Yeah, you have a pallet inside, we saw. And we've been inside. We can't show you pictures inside. There's no, because these people are under duress and under a huge amount of mental suffering. Anybody with a physical problem gets taken to the hospital and gets administered to. But people inside have been through something that we can't imagine, I suppose. It's something we could see in a movie, but we can't really imagine ourselves because we haven't ever been through that. So we're observers, but we're not allowed to observe inside. And that's why we're giving you a description, which is a valuable description of what's taking place in here. And at many centers like this, along the Polish border and in cities, various Polish cities, there are reception centers, and sometimes several, in every major Polish city now, and that includes the whole country, right the way across. From here to Krakow, to Lublin, to Rzeszów in the south, on the Lviv road from Poland, to Poznan, to Gdansk in the Tri-Cities. The doors are open, and so far, with so much help from around the world, the situation is under control. But we have to wait for the next move, because I must say that air raid sirens, as we're filming this, we're on in Lviv. We got people, friends coming out, journalists coming out. And I just had that call before we started this particular segment. And also, we know that last night there were explosions in Ivano-Frankivsk, how do you say it?
You said it correctly.
Yeah. And also Lutsk, which is north of Lviv and close to the Belarusian border. It's not safe there, and there are people still trying to evacuate on that route.
It's 60 miles away from Polish border.
It's 60 miles from the Polish border.
From
so
NATO
very
border.
Very close, yeah. And Lviv is very close.
And
yeah, they're both close, but the problem with them is Lutsk is that much closer
to Belarus.
To Belarus.
From where we know where Russian missiles and army
and helicopters possible, and all these kind of things which can come across the border. So it's still a very stressful situation. I want to tell you, this isn't going away, and I don't want to say that because this situation is under control now, that the situation on the other side of the border is under control. It is not. It is not. It is not okay. It's just quiet for now. But Russian missiles and helicopter gunships and air, since they control the air right now, or they are not interdicted anyway over Ukraine, they still can pose a threat, and not far away from the border where we're standing.
Correct.
Okay, this is not to be dramatic. This is just to try to fill you in on what's happening right now as we stand here. What's the date today?
11th of March.
The 11th of March. It's a Friday. This will be broadcasting a little bit later in the coming days. But just to tell you what the situational report right now, when I've got friends, close friends, coming across the border right now with air raid sirens going off in Lviv. But the situation here, thanks to people like Artur, I'm very proud of. It's an old friend of mine. They're going so far beyond the call of duty that it's indescribable, for me at least. Words fail me. Thank you, Artur. And we'll be back with the next segment of Poland Daily Travel tomorrow night. Thanks for watching.